You're also able to see the laptop screen. Yeah, good afternoon. So please just remember what we discussed regarding this lesson. I mean, this
Good
chapter.
morning,
Morning,
sir.
sir.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, Natik and Kashish. Please stay back, guys, and stay attentive as well. We'll have the discussion at the scheduled time. That is quarter to one. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Uh, just 10. Mm, so very scanty, guys. Just 10. And among the 10, I'm two. Just 8 members. What happens to you towards the end of the day? I mean, end of the sessions. You guys seem to, get exhausted towards the end of the sessions.
Good morning, sir.
Maybe because of, yes, Ashish, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Maybe it might be because of some boring guys like your English teacher. So who eat your brain up and make you exhausted towards the end of the day. But this is to be borne. This is to be tolerated. Every Monday, the last class is English. So please just maintain reasonably reasonably well. I mean, the strength reasonably well, or seemingly nice, not just below 10, something around 20. You guys, the actual strength for you is around 35, I feel. Not even 20. That's a very sad thing. Okay, I think we can give it a start, guys. Those who just joined yesterday's class knew the fact that we started it off. The address. The second chapter from Supplementary Reader. First chapter, we already did it. The Summer of the Beautiful White Hearts by William Saroyan. This is the second chapter, second short story from Supplementary Reader. From the Supplementary Reader Prescribed. And we just tried to know about the background, know about the writer, kind of introduction to the story, along with the detailed summary. Now, I would like to know how many of you could not join yesterday's class. Can you please just raise your hands? Let me know. Okay, one. Just one. That's it. All right. Now drop down your hand. Drop your hand, Ashish. Yeah, thank you. Now, see, you were instructed to go through the detailed explanation of the chapter with the help of this PDF. Like this is the chapter, original part of the chapter. Then as usual, the list of the meanings for harder words in that particular portion of the chapter, then its explanation. And it just continues. Original lesson, then the meanings for the harder expressions and the respective explanation to that particular part of the original chapter. How many of you have done that completely? How many of you finished it completely? None? One. That's great. Then that's it. Okay, 2. Srivali, Mohit, 3. Good. Paridi, 4. It's a great sign. Who else? I really appreciate you guys for finding some time to go through the original chapter. Now please drop your hands. So the point is, we must finish this off before we proceed to extract-based questions or MCQs. So again, sacrificing the class. All you need to do is just finish it off. Go through the complete PDF now. And those who have already done the PDF, please just look at the questions in the dialog boxes and finish them off. And the questions are at the end of it. Try to make sure that you know the answers to all of them. And if you do not, if some question is unclear or the answer to that question is not striking, then please just express that. We'll take up a discussion on that. Srivali, Naman, Ashish, and who else? The other guy? Paridi, I feel. So, you 4, take care of the questions in that. Not the list of questions that you see at the end of the lesson, but even during the lesson, it is there. There are some dialog boxes wherein you can see a list of questions, maybe 2 or 3. Do you have the ePDF? Or let me just present that one. Just try to answer those questions on your own. If you need any help, please unmute your mic and let me know. We will just discuss that one. And that's the job assigned to you guys. Do not leave the session. Otherwise, I'll not mark you as present. And be alert and attentive till the very, very end of the class. And those who have not yet done, start going through this PDF, which is lying in your class WhatsApp group. Open it up and start going through that. You must finish this. and I'll have a cross check in between. And apart from Shears, is there anybody who did not join the class yesterday? Let me know one final time so that I can give you a brief introduction to this to go through and understand the lesson on your own. Okay. Now listen for 5 minutes, Shears. Stay attentive. Are you
Yes,
there,
sir.
Shears? Right. Kushi Lohan. Is there a student with the name Kushi Lohan?
Yes,
Yes,
Lohan.
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Lohan. Okay, fine. Right, guys. So let me just give you the introduction, a bit of introduction to this to read and understand the lesson on your own. This is a very simple, short lesson which can be understood by anybody upon reading. But you need to understand the theme, the values highlighted or the points highlighted, and the very purpose of writing this, all that. And that's what I'm trying to explain. If at all there are any students who could not join the last class, that is yesterday on Sunday, please just pay attention. The others, just go ahead with this PDF and finish it off. I'll have a cross check in between. Do not leave the session. You cannot be marked as present. Now listen, guys. This chapter, the address, it doesn't carry any other hidden meaning. The address means the house address. It is from the pen of a Dutch writer, Marga Minku. She was basically a journalist and then turned as a writer. This particular lesson is autobiographical, in which she just wrote some part of her life. When World War II happened, unfortunately, Marga Minko's family had to leave their own house and belongings to save their lives from the Nazi army because of the fact that they belonged to the community called Jews. And you might be remembering the fact that there was a huge Holocaust, and the people who belonged to that community, Jews, were put to untold sufferings and miseries during the Second World War because they turned their turned their voice against the Nazi army and its leader, Adolf Hitler, who was very cruel, most cruel man. So they were just treated cheaper than animals. If you remember the story of Anne Frank, from the diary of Anne Frank, you must have come to know about the harsh realities, untold sufferings and miseries that the people belonging to the community Jews have undergone during the Second World War. In fact, she also, along with her family, had to hide herself, and the whole family had to hide themselves in a secret annex or room in the father's office, in Anne Frank's father's office. And after 2 years, they were found. That's a different thing. And then they were dragged to the concentration camps where they were ill-treated and treated cheaper than animals. Unfortunately, there was an infectious disease at that time called a typhus, with which Anne Frank was contracted and died subsequently. And her sister also died subsequently. She too contracted it. Got infected with that one. So therefrom, you must have come to know the fact that any people who belonged to the community Jews were put to untold miseries and sufferings, torture, and most of the times, those who turned voice against the Nazi army and its leader were taken out of their lives. They were hanged, beheaded, etc. So in order to save their lives, being belonged to the community called Jews, Marga Minko's family also left their own house and belongings and hid somewhere. And as ill luck would have it, Marga Minko lost her mother. But before she died, she just gave the address of a lady called Mrs. Durling to go to see their belongings, all that. This Mrs. Durling was a very cunning lady, was of Of course, a very sly natured lady, double faced lady. The narrator's mother, the narrator is none other than Marga Minko herself. Her mother, whose name is given as Mrs. Yes, Mrs. Yes, trusted this Mrs. Durling a great deal when there was no war. And she just trusted a great deal and gave all the precious belongings of their family in her possession. That Mrs. Durling took all the precious things, everything. And when the war came up, they left the place and hid somewhere. And during the war time, she lost her life as well. But before she died, she just gave the address of this Mrs. Durling to go to find all their, belongings and all. And based on that, she just visited when the situation restored normalcy after the war got subsided. I mean, war got over. She just went back to the address given by her dying mother. But this Mrs. Durling, who was there in that address, did not even recognize Marga Minko. She was reluctant even to ask her to, allow into the house. So she was sent back from the door itself. Then Marga Minko, in fact, felt very bad about it. She felt it was not, it was a humiliation for the dignity and respect to her, and she wanted to forget all those belongings and all. You know, she did not want any nostalgic feelings and the pain associated with those things because those things were all related with her dead mother. And whenever she revived those thoughts, she thought that she thought that these feelings would pain her, would give a kind of pain to her. So she wanted to forget all that, but she could not do that completely. And after some time, she was forced to go to that house once again to see all those. So she just paid a second visit to that address, but this time she was allowed to enter the house as Mrs. Durling was not there. It was Mrs. Durling's daughter who allowed her to enter the house and see all that. And at that time, what happened and finally what she decided is the main story. Of course, that is the plot. With that idea, those who could not join the last class should go through this document, please. I hope this is clear. Now, please just go ahead with the story. I'll have a cross check in between. Be ready for that as well. Bhumika Chandra. Can I have your attention, please? Bhumika Chandra.
Yes, yes, sir.
Can you please just update me with the status? Where are you
Yes, sir.
exactly?
Yes, sir. Sir, I am in that. My mother seemed to notice that I was not entirely convinced. I am there. The
Okay,
fifth
fine.
page
Very
of
good.
the
Very good.
PDF.
Very good. I got that point. I got that point. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for the exact updation. Now,
Yes, sir.
Devansh, what about you?
Starting of page number 4.
Page number 4.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Next, Gurnur, please update with yours.
Yes, sir. I am currently finishing the page number 7, on the last paragraph. I looked up.
Great, great, great. Well, Kashish, which question are you now working on?
Sir, I was working on questions, but then I thought that I would read the chapter once again. So I am on the
Super,
ninth page.
super.
I jumped up. I was forgetting the time.
No problem, no problem. It is always a better idea to brush the things up. Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Krishna, please update with yours. Krishna Maheshwari,
Sir, I have just started page 7.
page 7. Okay, nice.
Yes.
Right, thank you. Mohit, what about you, man?
Sir, page number 6.
Okay, fine, fine, fine. So,
So the questions we had to do like the textbook ones only. Na, you have not sent any separate PDF
no,
for
no, 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 no,
questions,
no.
right?
Forget about the notebook work. Right now, forget about the notebook work. Nothing has been assigned to you. I'll
Sir,
assign that. In future.
I was asking the questions that we were supposed to do in this class after reading the chapter.
No,
They
no,
were
no.
the
Actually, we will be working on extract-based questions. But I should keep you engaged with something reasonable, right?
yeah. So we have to do the questions that are on the back of notebook textbook, right?
Textbook one, and there is a list of questions over there. That is
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Yes.
and during the regional lesson also here and there you see some of the questions enclosed in the boxes.
Yes.
You do them as well, right?
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Please go ahead, everybody.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, go ahead, Kashish.
Sir, Paridhi actually left the meeting. She had a power cut. She's trying to rejoin, but
Okay.
if she couldn't, she told me to inform you.
Okay, okay. I'll make a note of that. Thank you. Thank you for the information. Naman, can I have your attention, please? Please update me with your status, Naman. Naman, can I have your attention? Yeah, where are you exactly in the story? Great. Well, Paridhi, I'm sorry for that electricity failure. You seem to have joined back. Which question are you working on?
Sir, I read all the questions and I was just reading the passage again to find the answers.
Passage?
I,
Which
I mean the
passage?
no, I mean the text, like the entire text.
All right. Got the point. Go ahead, please. So, Samrit, how about you, Samrit?
Sir, I'm
Samrit
on the
Kaur.
9th page.
9th page. Thank you. Shrivali, can I have yours as well? Which question? So just going ahead with the text. Shrivali Gaur. Shrivali, can I have your attention? Okay, Shruti Chakka, how about yours?
Sir, I'm on 9th page.
Okay, go ahead. Shrivali, can you hear me? There might be a problem. Please just go ahead. Okay, now do one thing, guys. I just don't want to disturb you. If you can just finish that chapter, can I have your attention, please, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please just manage to finish off the chapter today at any cost. Otherwise, we'll have to sacrifice one more, which is not affordable. Once you are thorough with the original text and the actual details, we can give our best as far as extract-based questions are concerned or MCQs are concerned, which are going to be taken up for the discussion in the next session. Okay, so be ready for that session. Make sure that you remember all the factual details. I mean, the actual lesson, the original story. Finish it off with the help of this one. Do not leave it in the middle. You better just finish it off and then do the other work. As the time is about to expire, let me just terminate the meeting. For that, let me just have the attendance. Guys, just wait a moment. Yeah. Yeah, attendance seems to be ready. Thank you so much then. Have a good day ahead, everybody. Don't forget to finish up the chapter.
Thank you,
Now you
sir.
may leave. Thank you.
Thank
Now you may leave.
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Bye,
you,
sir.
Thank you. And bye. Thank you. Leave the session, everyone. Thank you.